just got to wait for all the other welcome. We're in the middle of conversating there as we come live, and we are ready to rock and roll here from the Barnesville High School as we want to get this screen up on the air. I don't know why it didn't go there the first time, but it should have. I have to slap that machine. No, I'm just kidding. You got the 8-4 Barnesville Trojans and the visiting 5-8 Moorhead Spuds live here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Inside 6 minutes to go here before the opening tip-off. The Moorhead Spuds come in with that 5-8 record, but only one of those 5 wins have been against a Minnesota team. That Minnesota team win came against. I'm looking at the Barnesville roster schedule. Let's look at. It came against Detroit Lakes just a few days ago on February 23rd when they picked up an 81-48 win. The other 4 wins are against North Dakota teams. 78-69 over Grand Forks Red River, 56-54 over Fargo Shanley on back-to-back games on February 4th and February 6th. They would win again on back-to-back games, a Saturday-Tuesday edition, February 13th and 16th. With an 87-41 win over Fargo South and a 72-69 win over Fargo North. And that would account for 4 of the 5 wins for the Moorhead Spuds as they pick up that 81-48 win over Detroit Lakes here on February 23rd. For the most recent game, the Spuds would fall to St. Michael Albertville 87-60. The Spuds started the season 0-5 before they'd pick up those 2 wins against Red River and Fargo Shanley. Fall in overtime to Brainerd in a close one, 80-78, and then bounce out that overtime loss with wins over Fargo South and Fargo North. Fall to Brainerd, win over Detroit Lakes, fall to St. Michael Albertville, and that brings them into tonight's game against Barnesville. And the schedule doesn't get any easier for the Moorhead Spuds after tonight's game, as they have the Perham Yellow Jackets and the Breckenridge Cowboys at home, and then they go and host the Wayzata Trojans, and then they'll finish it off against the Marshall Tigers on March 13th to wrap up the regular season. For the Barnesville Trojans, 8-4 on the year. They started off 2-0 with wins over Frazee, and then they handed the Perham Yellow Jackets their first loss in a long time, a 67-53 win on January 22nd, which would snap a 31-game win streak for the Perham Yellow Jackets. But after that win over Perham, they would fall in 3 back-to-back games. 76-68 to Pelican Rapids, a 61-59 overtime loss to Breckenridge, and a 63-42 loss to the Hawley Nuggets before they would bounce back and win 4 in a row over Wheaton Herman Norcross, Hancock, Pelican Rapids, and Frazee. And then Perham would get the revenge on Barnesville back on February 25th with a 64-51 win at the Hive in Perham. And then since then, 2 games we had for you here on Magnitude Sports, a 58-52 win over the East Grand Forks Green Wave. I was here for that one. And then Eric and I were both here for the DGF win, 66-64, a game that DGF had a chance to win at the end, and that's where I'll bring in Eric Tianson. He's joining me on the headset today as we're inside 3 minutes to go here. Eric, I don't know how much preparation you've had a chance to do on this game. What are your thoughts? What are you looking forward to? What are you curious about? Just shed some light on what you're thinking.
Well, I'm really curious and excited to see how the clash of styles is going to play out in this game. I think you look at the Moorhead roster, they've got a lot of big guys on there. I'm looking down, especially at their forwards and centers. You see numbers like 6'7", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", and I think you see a big clash of style. You look at Barnesville, that's a team that likes to shoot the ball a lot. You look at guys like Adam Tonsfeld, as well as Caden Zenzen. He makes his body down low. I'm really interested to see how Zenzen's going to battle with those big bodies down low.
And Caden Zenzen standing 6'3". He's, matter of fact, he is one of 2 of the tallest players. His other teammate also stands 6'3". But as we've seen here in games in Barnesville, whether we've been here together or you've been here solo or I've been here solo, these guys for Barnesville that stand, let's see here, like 5, I want to say 5'3", but I keep looking at the roster, and the smallest player we have is Jack Nielsen at 5'5". But I mean, all these guys that are under 6 feet, they can penetrate, weave through around defenders, take it into the paint, score off the glass, just like if you were to feed a 6'10" guy down in the post. You know, it's pretty impressive. And what Barnesville has done this year against some of those big teams like Perham as well as, they fell by 2 in overtime to Breckenridge on the road. Breckenridge, a really tough team. We saw them defeat East Grand Forks and pulled off a close one against DGF. One that DGF probably should have sent into overtime. They had a guy wide open on the baseline there, and instead they decided to trigger a three-pointer for the win, and they could have dumped it down low for the most likely tie, but we'll never know for sure now. And as a result of that mental error on DGF, Barnesville would escape with that 2-point win over the Rebels here just a couple nights ago here on Magnitude Sports. So, what you said, Eric, that is going to be interesting, and we'll see if Barnesville can continue to do what they've always done, or if that height from Moorhead's going to cause a little bit of problems here. We're about 25 seconds away from the start of this one. Opening announcements, national anthem is just ahead. So with that, we'll take a timeout, and we'll be back after this 3-minute timeout here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dean's Bulk Service is your convenient stop on the way to the lake. Whether you're looking for snacks, drinks, fresh rolls, bait, ice, or a clean restroom, you are able to find it all inside our friendly facilities. The Barnesville and Save & See stores are proud to fly the Arco gasoline brand. Dean's Bulk Service also celebrates 50 years of great service of propane, fuel, oil, and lubricants. We are always ready to deliver. Dean's Bulk Service is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics and wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season.
Davies working left to right. They set up and damn with the two-hand slam off the alley-oop. Give the assist to Cole Haynes.
Did you miss any part of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Magnitude's DVR feature puts instant replay instantly into your hands. Revisit a big player score, watch a delayed version of this game, and then click live at any time to return to the live broadcast. Now you don't have to miss the game-winning buzzer beater, your son's 79-yard touchdown run, or your daughter's set-sealing ace serve. Thanks for watching Magnitude Sports.
Outside Satter. Step back 3, number 12. He got it! 7 in the first half and 5 so far here in the second half.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level of my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands.
All right, we're going to come out of the break a little bit early there as we get the starting lineups here. Starting with the Moorhead Spuds. Once again, 5 wins, 8 losses. That 0 almost looked like a 1. It threw me off there for a moment. But that is David Lindell, a 6'1 senior. And then now coming through is a 6'1 junior guard forward Trade Feeney, a 6' senior guard Blake Walthall, a 5'10 junior guard Makai Elmore, and then a 6'7 sophomore forward center, number 40 Adam Jenkins. So once again, you got Lindell, Feeney, Walthall, Elmore, and Jenkins, your starters for the Moorhead Spuds, who are coached by head coach Matt Ellingson, and his assistants Jay Harmon, Corey Osfeld, Landon Schultz, and Aaron Lean. And now for the Barnesville Trojans. Head coach by Chad Suter, assistant coaches Trey Hines, Jensen Beachy, and Dion Bredman. Barnesville Trojans, 8 wins, 4 losses on the season. And here are your starting lineups for Barnesville. There's the 5'5" junior guard, Jack Nielsen. And you got the 5'9" junior forward, Cam Heng. 5'7" senior Adam Tonsfeld, second game back from injury after he rolled his ankle in Perham about a week and a half ago. This is Noah Kraus, a 5'10" junior forward. And finally, it's going to be the 6'3" junior post player, number 24, Caden Zenzen. And between him and Tonsfeld, if they get hot, we could see those two team up for 40. Would you agree?
Absolutely. They're just like a duo that you'd see in NBA Jam. Those two are dynamic.
I've made that reference to NBA Jam before, and I'm finally glad somebody else made that reference because I felt like I was the only one who knew what that game was. So.
Boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka. That was back in the days of Shaquille O'Neal with the Orlando Magic and Penny Hardaway. Yeah, that was my combo back in Super Nintendo days. For maybe if I stop talking, I'll stop aging myself here.
That's a good throwback right there.
Yeah, definitely. It's the Spuds and the Trojans. Caden Zenzen meeting up with Adam Jenkins in the middle here. Mike Mason alongside Eric Tianson here for the play-by-play and color commentary on this game as we're underway here in Barnesville. The freshman game went to the Moorhead Spuds 50-36, and the junior varsity game also went to the Moorhead Spuds by the final of 56-33. Now they'll work it down to Jenkins, pop it back out here, Walthall inside, cross court, three on the way, swish, it's up and in. That was Elmore, I believe, and it was.
How about the ball movement right there? Very impressive with the passing on that first possession. Good start right out the gate.
Here's Tonsfeld. Feeds a pass across the paint. Zenzen able to pick up the loose ball, and then the pass is stolen. Moorhead coming back with a 3-0 lead off a three-pointer from the far wing by Elmore. Missed shot. Zenzen will pull down the rebound, and Barnesville will get another chance as Nielsen brings it up and over. Nielsen, that pass poked away, picked up there by Walthall. Walthall will tee up for a 20-footer. Back iron and won't go. Rebound to Lindell on the far side. Now they work it back up top to Elmore. Elmore gets by Nielsen. Nielsen will catch up to him as Elmore will send the pass off to Lindell. And that pass is tipped into the hands of Tonsfeld. Tonsfeld with a right-handed dribble right down Main Street to the hoop. Couldn't get it to fall. Zenzen with a rebound, and it's blocked out of bounds there. Nice defensive play by Jenkins to prevent that basket from happening.
Right on, and I feel like we're going to be saying that a lot today. You look at him, 6'7" down low, also only a sophomore, so they're going to be seeing a lot of Jenkins over these next few years if you're Moorhead.
And there's a little floater off the baseline there for Adam Tonsfeld, and now the lead has been cut to 3-2. Cross-court pass open for the three. Walthall off the mark, won't go, and the rebound comes to Kraus. Kraus will get it to Tonsfeld. Fires a pass, Nielsen back to Tonsfeld. 3-2, 16-14 and counting to go here in the first half of play as they work it around there for Noah Kraus. Kraus down low for Zenzen. Got it up and in.
That's a great sight right there if you're the Trojans. Getting Zenzen going early down low. Talked about that in pregame. Definitely going to be the battle to watch. Chalk that one up for Zenzen.
That's our first lead change of the game, and that's our second lead change of the game, as Adam Jenkins will get the bucket to give the lead back to the Spuds at the score of 5-4. So two lead changes in this game so far. Kraus down low, pops it out. Cam Heng with the jumper. And the lead goes back to Barnesville at 6-5. Lead change number 3. In the near side here, it's Lindell. Lindell pops it out to Elmore. Elmore with a left-handed dribble to the hoop, off the glass, won't go. With the rebound, and now the offensive rebound, second chance opportunity. Jenkins able to draw the foul on Zenzen.
I'd have to imagine one of the keys to the game today for Coach Suter is going to be box out. You saw a few offensive boards there on that possession. Got to get your hip into your man there.
6-5, make it 6-6. That's our first tie of the game. as Jenkins makes the first free throw of the game. He has 3 points now. And Jenkins will set up for free throw number 2 here in Barnesville. Like you said, Eric, looking for a box out on a defensive board because I have Noah Kraus down for a defensive board, but that's about all I've had marked down. And there's another offensive board. Luckily for Barnesville, that one rolled off, but Trey Feeney there getting a good look on a second chance opportunity. Couldn't get it to fall. And that one goes over the head and out of bounds, and that's just a miscommunication there for Barnesville.
Yep, just not quite on the same page right there.
Belend Alamati into the lineup here from the Moorhead Spuds. Tied up at 6-6. A couple passes later, they work it over far side there for, that one is a charge. The basket will not count.
Well, there you go. Talked about this a lot in our game earlier that we did a few days ago. Barnesville, just an excellent team at taking charges. You have to imagine probably the over-under for charges is probably going to be around 3 today for the Trojans.
Tonsfeld over the timeline being harassed there by Alamati. Tonsfeld gets down to the baseline, pops it back out top there for Kraus. And now Cam Heng gets it to Zenzen off the glass and in. You don't want to say it's a slow start for Caden Zenzen, but you don't want to say it's been a good start for Zenzen yet either. He's only had 4 points, but I have a feeling that he's going to get a lot more here as soon as he shakes the rust off. 3 from the far side. Credit that one to Alamati.
Yeah, to sort of go off your point there, it seems like he's starting to settle into the game a little bit there, which is definitely something that you want to see if you're Barnesville.
Scramble down low. Kraus had the ball blocked, picked up by Zenzen, and it'll drop in. And as soon as I say that, and as soon as you comment on it, he starts scoring. So we'll see what happens here.
There you go. He must have heard us.
Yeah. That 3 a little bit off the mark. Flying in for the rebound there is Cam Heng. And now Tonsfeld will bring it up the far side. Tonsfeld with a right-handed dribble. Hands it off there for Nielsen. He'll give it to Heng. Heng back over to Tonsfeld. Tonsfeld looked at the basket, didn't pull the trigger. Instead goes to the baseline, floats one up, a little strong, into the hands of Adam Jenkins for the rebound. 10-9 our score here in favor of the Barnesville Trojans. 3 on the way, in and out. And then the follow-up is up and in. And that makes it 11-10 on the basket by Alamati, and Moorhead takes the lead once again.
There you go. There's another second chance opportunity. This time Moorhead making good of it. We haven't seen too much of it so far.
Cam Heng with a reverse layup there to give the lead back to Barnesville at 12-11. Corner 3 on the way. No, that's not going to go, but an offensive rebound there, and third chance points. I don't have a stat for that one, but that's where you would put it.
I think that's a big reason why the Spuds are starting to score a little bit more here. You saw early on those first few possessions, they were still getting those offensive boards. They just weren't quite able to put away those second or sometimes even third chances, but these past 2 trips down they have.
Noah Kraus getting the basket there, and you can continue on with your point there, Eric, if you will.
I mean, essentially just, you look at second chance opportunities, a lot of times they're going to be open looks. You're so close to the basket. A few unlucky breaks early on for the Spuds. You look at, they've got 13 points right now. They feel like they could probably have about 18 or 19.
True, yeah. That is, that basket there by, was it Noah Kraus? Yeah, it was Noah Kraus who got the last basket for Barnesville. Is already the 10th lead change of this game. We were tied once at 6. Otherwise, every trip or every other trip down the court, we've had a lead change here.
Wow. I get the feeling it could be one of those games tonight, sort of a track meet feel to it.
Tonsfeld will draw the foul. He'll go to the line out to get those 2 points the hard way. And I don't necessarily mean that in a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's always easier to get 2 points off one shot instead of 2 shots, but when it's Adam Tonsfeld, 2 shots could be won just as easily. And he proves half of my point right there.
Right on there for you. Taking a look at, definitely got to make them earn those points at the line. Talked about, I believe it was actually the perm game I was doing. Really impressive free throw shooting. I think there's only one miss between both those teams. Barnesville's a pretty good free throw shooting team as well.
Tonsfield with the first free throw gave the first team in this game to have a 2-point lead, and now Barnesville's the first team in this league to have a 3-point lead. And looking to tie the game up. No, a little bit short there as Elmore tried for the 3 from the corner. And now Barnesville will bring it back. Tonsfield patiently stepping over the timeline. Couple and that's Tate Iniger into the lineup now. He'll hand it off for Hang. Hang pushes it into the far corner there for Ryan Rustad, number 23. Rustad will feed it down low for Caden Zenzen. He has 8 points now, and that's one, and it's a 5-point lead. And, you know, normally in a basketball game, 5-point lead isn't big, but with the way this game has gone so far, 5-point lead is huge right now.
Right on, you are there. Definitely talking about these teams seem to be scoring at will right now. You look at not even to the 10-minute mark yet, and both these teams already, I have to imagine they could both see him hit 20 here before we hit 10 minutes, depending on how fast the pace goes here.
A nice diving attempt on the far side there for Jenkins to try and check that. That was Riley Swenson who dived to try and keep it in. It'll be Barnesville basketball from the far corner of the baseline. 18-13 with 10:40 to go here in this one. It's been a good one so far as Iniger will find Tonsfeld here on the near corner. Tonsfield with a right-handed dribble, brings it back to the near sideline. Now he cuts into the paint, and he will drop it in. Wow. And Tonsfeld has just hit a milestone. Adam Tonsfeld on that basket, setting the Barnesville school record.
Everyone in the Barnesville community congratulates you on achieving this milestone, Adam. With your hard work, your perseverance, and positive attitude that made your teams and coaches better each and every day. We are proud, Adam. Let's also give a big Barnesville shout out to the former record holder, Michael Strand, once again, who so graciously accepted an invite to walk out and keep the record. Congratulations again, Adam. Way to go.
Adam Tonsfeld setting the school record for the highest scoring Barnesville Trojan in school history with that last bucket. He currently sits with 6 points in this game, four points from the floor, and perfect 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Congratulations, that is a well-deserved honor for a guy who's played some tremendous basketball over his sophomore, junior, and now his senior year. I first saw him play in his sophomore year.
I don't think there's any more fitting way that he could have got it than the way he did right there. Taking on the bigger defenders off the dribble, that's just something, between that and his three-point shooting, that's just something that he loves to do to get buckets.
Now that's a highlight reel, even if he hadn't set a record, but it's definitely a highlight with the record set. A steal, and now they'll get it up court now here to Elmore. Elmore drops it in for a bucket, 20-17. Barnesville took the lead at 14-13. They haven't given it up yet, but Spud's threatening, that's for sure. A whistle and a foul. Both teams have 2 team fouls now.
Second personal foul. Team's third. Second for the Spuds, number 4, Michael Elmore. Also, number 40, Adam Jenkins. And number 20, Elliot Hahn.
And another steal here by Elmore. And Elmore just, and he left it short there as he got by Cam Hang, and Cam Hang was able to get a lucky defensive board there as he basically got rejected by the bottom of the rim.
Yeah, I'm going to steal something you said from our last game together. Pretty much did everything right but get the basket right there.
Yeah.
I'm loving his active hands on defense right now. Look at that, another steal for him.
I think that's his third steal in 4 possessions. I'm not 100% sure on that, but what I am 100% sure on is from the corner, knocking down the triple is Lindell. David Lindell has now tied this game at 20 after Barnesville took the lead at 14-13. And we'll see if the Trojans can get the lead back here as Elmore almost getting another steal there.
He's just been a menace on defense so far.
Iniger with the basketball, now fires it over to Tonsfeld, back to Iniger. Iniger drives into the free throw line, stops, muscles his way, gets a shot off, but it won't go. Walthall will get the rebound. He'll bring it back down the other way here for the Spuds. Pop it back up top here for into the near corner. Couldn't see who that was. Assistant coach for Barnesville was standing in my way, but it turns out that is number 20, Elliott Hoff. And now Elmore has it again. Elmore will hand it off there for Walthall. Back to Elmore. Lindell will try for another 3. Too strong off the back iron, but look at that rebound. That was, that was a great rebound, and I don't know how he didn't get whistled for an over the back. But he must have been elevated just enough to not touch the player, and they would allow that play to go on. Now the ball will go out of bounds. Stops the clock with 7:40 to go here. We're knotted up at 20-20.
I feel like this is going to be a game that's going back and forth all game long here. It'd be interesting to see if a team can go out on a run here, see if they can grab a lead, because I think, like you said earlier, 5-point lead kind of feels like a big one.
Yeah.
But it can get closed really quickly too, as we're seeing right now.
Matter of fact, that 5-point lead resulted off the only true run of the game where Barnesville went 7 on a 7-0 run to take the lead and eventually get that 5-point advantage. But Moorhead has gotten themselves back into this game here. Iniger with a rebound off the front of the rim. He'll fire it off to Tonsfeld. 7:14 and counting.
And I'm going to be honest, I'm surprised at the amount of threes that Moorhead has taken here so far. You talked about the size advantage early on. Interested to see if they're going to try and go inside a little bit more, because they've hit a few threes, but for the most part, I'd say their percentage probably isn't quite where they'd want it to be.
I believe that's Angotti, and Angotti will get it inside for Lindell, and he'll get the basket. We'll give the assist to Giulio Angotti, a 5'9 junior, wearing number 30 out there. Or check that, it was number 20. My apologies. That was Elliott Hoff. So we'll take the assist away from Angotti and give it to Hoff. My apologies. 22-20, now 24-20.
Here you go, here's a run right here for the Spuds. 4-point lead for them, and a good timeout called right there.
That timeout is probably a good call there by Coach Suter for the Barnesville Trojans. We'll take a timeout with them back in 30.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right, welcome back. Adam Tonsfeld with 6 points, and on that basket to give him points 5 and 6, he set a school record with 1,514 points. That's where he sits right now in his career. Tonsfeld just passed the ball, and now Nielsen drives in, and that will be a charge on Nielsen.
Wow, so a little bit of taste of their own medicine for the Trojans right there.
I have to give credit to Jack Nielsen because he had no chance going into the paint. I mean, everybody was towering. It was like Mickey Mouse walking in New York City there. I mean,
that's a great comparison right there. Definitely not one I expected to hear, but spot on.
And I believe a travel was called, so that basket will not count.
Things are starting to heat up here too. You can hear the Moorhead bench really starting to get into this one.
Nielsen gets it to Tonsfeld. I don't know how much tape Moorhead's watched on Tonsfeld, but they need to watch him there. They gave him a little space, and as you and I both know, he can hit that three like it's a free throw from 22 feet away. So.
Yeah, you are playing with fire. It's regular three-pointers like a layup, and a deep three-pointers like a mid-range for him.
Yeah. Well, Adam Tonsfeld, when you come back and hear what Eric just said, I expect you to give this video a thumbs up. So,
like and subscribe.
Exactly. 24-20 here. The Moorhead Spuds have the lead. Caden Zenzen is at the free throw line. The Spuds have just picked up their 4th team foul. That one was on Adam Jenkins, his first. Free throw is up and in for Zenzen. 24-21 is our score. Back to a one-possession ball game. That three's off the mark, and Zenzen will grab it. I think if Caden Zenzen can continue to score down low and continue to get those defensive boards like he has up to this point in the game, that could play in Barnesville's favor. But first, they have to stop moments like that where Blake Walthall gets a steal on a basket.
Yeah, I think Moorhead's biggest source of offense so far has really been in transition. You've seen him get a lot of points off steals, and a lot of just steals in general. That and offensive boards.
26-21. Cam Hang feeds it down low for Zenzen, backs up his defender, got rejected by the rim. Rebound goes to Trey Feeney. Feeney works it up court. One dribble, and that will be 2 shots. As he was outside of the restrictive circle, shuffling his feet, it's going to go on Nielsen, his second, team's 4th.
Yeah, and for Zenzen down low right there, that was a beautiful move. It just might have been a matter of just maybe a foot too close to the basket right there. You saw when he got out of his move, a little bit too close and a lot tougher of an angle to get a shot off there.
Blake Walthall at the Brady Walthall, excuse me, at the free throw line, and he'll make the first of 2 attempts. Push the lead to 6, 27-21, make it 28-21. According to my stats, neither team has missed a free throw. They're both 3 for 3 in this contest. So with that said, free throws aren't a huge factor at the moment. I think that pass might have been tipped as they tried to get it to Tonsfeld in the corner there, but lucky break for Barnesville as the pass gets tipped again, rolls out of bounds. Last touch by the Spuds, and the purple team keeps it. Down 7, 28-21. We'll see how Barnesville responds here.
Yeah, down right now. This is a time you really got to take advantage of a second chance like that. And there's a steal right there.
And he just pulled up and dropped it down. Nice job there by Blake Walthall. I believe it's Brady Walthall who got the steal to create that opportunity for Blake.
Like a little brotherly love right there.
Now the Trojans are down by 10. This is the first time either team's had a 10-point lead as Tonsfeld aggressively taking it to the basket there, able to draw the foul.
And I like that, especially when you're talking about a team that's as tough on the interior as Moorhead is. Don't be afraid to take it inside. A lot of times, worst case scenario, you could just draw a foul, try and get them in foul trouble.
Tonsfeld will connect on the free throw. And he now has 1,515 points on his career.
I'm no expert, but that sounds like a lot.
31-22. I think Magnitude's been doing games here in Barnesville for almost 3 seasons now, and I think this is the first game where any type of record has been set, whether it's personal or school related or anything like that. But I have to double check my notes to be sure on that, but I believe that might be the case. So, as you mentioned in that game against Dilworth Glendon Felton, you've seen a lot of firsts, and now you've seen another first here.
There you go.
3:37 to go, 31-23. Spuds have the ball. That's Lindell with the basketball right now. Feeds it up to the top of the key for Jenkins. Jenkins, I think that's Feeney. Feeney, if it was, no, check that. It was Walthall, excuse me. He left it short, and a chance for Barnesville to trim away at the lead again as Tonsfeld has the basketball.
Man, and I'm really curious to see what Moorhead's three-point percentage is right now, because they haven't really been able to hit a lot of them.
Tonsfeld able to draw the foul there on what looked like 90% block and 10% skin for Brady Walthall.
Yeah, some of those calls are pretty hard for the referee to make, but you know, that's the nature of the business.
31-24, these free throws here for Tonsfeld are big because if he can hit this one and pull the Trojans within a two-possession game, that would be certainly beneficial, and he will miss it. That's the first missed free throw of the game. He was 4 of 4. The team was 5 of 5 prior to that miss.
Wow, so great free throw shooting so far. Like you mentioned earlier, hasn't been that big of a factor. I have to imagine these teams are going to try and keep being aggressive and get to the line. They've been shooting it so well.
And we'll see if that missed free throw becomes the start of free throws being a factor or not. We'll take a timeout. 2:58 to go here. 31-24 is our score. Back in 30 seconds. Dean's Bulk Service is your convenient stop on the way to the lake. Whether you're looking for snacks, drinks, fresh rolls, bait, ice, or a clean restroom, you are able to find it all inside our friendly facilities. The Barnesville and Save & Sea stores are proud to fly the Arco gasoline brand. Dean's Bulk Service also celebrates 50 years of great service of propane, fuel, oil, and lubricants. We are always ready to deliver. Dean's Bulk Service is a proud supporter of Trojan athletics and wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season. All right, welcome back here. 31-24, once again, broadcast coverage brought to you by our friends at Midwest Bank in Barnesville. Also, our friends at Dean's Bulk Service and the Barnesville Takedown Club. Spuds have the ball, 31-24 with the lead, inside 3 minutes to go. With the basketball now is Elmore. I have him down unofficially for 7 points on the early evening so far here from Moorhead. They'll work it into the hands of Lindell. Lindell cross court, feeds it there for Walthall. And Walthall with a pass across the baseline to Adam Jenkins.
That pass was a dime right there. That was a lot tougher pass than it looks right there. That's a tight window to fit it into, and he had to really get it at an angle too. Beautiful assist.
Inniger to Nielsen inside, and that is Wyatt Suter into the lineup. And Tonsfeld hits the three.
Well, there you go. That's exactly what you want to see if you're Barnesville. Get him heated up from beyond the arc there. He's got his record. Maybe he can make this an even more historical night here.
He nearly got a steal on Elmore there, but it went right back into Elmore's chest, and he was able to control it. And wow, what a move there by Lindell to get the basket.
Yeah, very athletic, and another just great move right there. Great job to avoid contact. Impressive to even get the shot off, let alone make it there.
Nielsen, he can hit the three if you give him an open look. Back over to Tonsfeld. Elmore not taking any chances. He learned his lesson last time. Now Suter up to Nielsen. Nielsen cuts through. Mickey Mouse through New York. Left it a little short. Elmore gets the rebound. Nice feed down there to Jenkins for another basket. It's back to the second 10-point lead of the game here for Moorhead. And Barnesville probably need to slow it down here, set the offense, get a bucket, let that bucket create a little bit of confidence. And did that basketball go out of bounds? It did.
Yeah, if I'm Barnesville here, my goal is to try and go into the halftime locker room with a single-digit deficit here. Definitely don't want to be looking at 10-plus points down the barrel.
I would absolutely agree with that perspective. Minute 7 to go. No need to panic right now, although moments like that might make you think otherwise. But Elmore, 3, 5, 7, 9 points now for Elmore. And a whistle, and is this one going to go on Tonsfeld?
Tough to say. Let's see.
No, it's going to go on
Moorhead. Elmore. That's foul number 7.
So that will be a 1-and-1 for Tonsfeld, who's now 4 or 5 from the line tonight. And he missed another one. He missed the front half of the 1-and-1, and that hurts a little bit. Corner 3 would have hurt even more had that gone in. And Elmore gets another basket.
And I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Elmore so far. Talk about just the definition of a two-way player.
Steals and points, and this is his first free throw of the night, and so far he's done well on that, 1 for 1. 42-27. I don't think, if I were to ask you just even 2 minutes ago if you thought that would be the halftime score.
Yeah, it is crazy sometimes the nature of this game. You can blink and all of a sudden the entire complexion of the game changes.
Tate Iniger somehow got that one to drop in. He'll go to the line to try and get one more, 42-29. And, I know you said single deficit, but even a 12-point deficit would be not quite as grim.
Yeah, you'll definitely take that after the flurry that Moorhead went on there. Just try and build as much positive momentum as you can.
Well, Elmore being guarded by Tonsfeld brings it over the timeline here with 15 seconds to go in the first half. Moorhead looking good so far, up 42-30.
I think they're going to try for the last shot here.
And a steal, and 3 seconds to go. Nielsen has it to the hoop, and midair rebound, no good. And that'll send us to halftime with the score. The Moorhead Spuds 42 and the Barnesville Trojans 30. We'll add up some numbers, come back with your Midwest Bank halftime show after this 3-minute timeout here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dean's Bulk Service is your convenient stop on the way to the lake. Whether you're looking for snacks, drinks, fresh rolls, bait, ice, or a clean restroom, you are able to find it all inside our friendly facilities. The Barnesville and Save & Sea stores are proud to fly the Arco gasoline brand. Dean's Bulk Service also celebrates 50 years of great service of propane, fuel, oil, and lubricants. We are always ready to deliver. Dean's Bulk Service is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics and wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season.
Davies working left to right. They set up and damn with the two-hand slam off the alley-oop. Give the assist to Cole Haynes.
Did you miss any part of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Magnitude's DVR feature puts instant replay instantly into your hands. Revisit a big player score, watch a delayed version of this game, and then click live at any time to return to the live broadcast. Now you don't have to miss the game-winning buzzer beater, your son's 79-yard touchdown run, or your daughter's set-sealing ace serve. Thanks for watching Magnitude Sports.
Outside Satter. Step back three, number 12. He got it! 7 in the first half and 5 so far here in the second half.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dean's Bulk Service is your convenient stop on the way to the lake. Whether you're looking for snacks, drinks, fresh rolls, bait, ice, or a clean restroom, you are able to find it all inside our friendly facilities. The Barnesville and Save & Sea stores are proud to fly the Arco gasoline brand. Dean's Bulk Service also celebrates 50 years of great service of propane, fuel, oil, and lubricants. We are always ready to deliver. Dean's Bulk Service is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics and wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season. All right, welcome back to Midwest Bank Halftime Show, and we got our numbers added up here. It's been a crazy first half, especially the first 3 quarters of that first half. Would you agree there, Eric?
Yeah, oh my Lord, roller coaster of a ride.
Let's see. We had our first lead change when Barnesville took the lead at 4-3. Moorhead took the lead at 5-4. Barnesville took the lead at 6-5. Then we were tied at 6, and then Moorhead would tie it at 6 on a free throw, missed the second free throw. Barnesville would come back, score a bucket to take the lead at 8-6. Moorhead comes back, hits a 3 to make it 9-8. Barnesville comes back, hits a bucket to make it 10-9. Moorhead on the next possession made it 11-10. Barnesville on the next possession made it 12-11. Moorhead on the next possession made it 13-12. Barnesville on the next possession made it 14-13. Then they would get a 5-point lead. And at that point, we thought that was going to be a huge lead with the way the game had gone up to that point. But they wouldn't hang on to that 5-point lead for very long. Moorhead would come back, tie it at 20. And then they would take the lead at 22-20. Now they have not given it up. Since they took that lead change, they have gone on a 22-10 run here after that final lead change to take the halftime lead of 42-30. As I add up some numbers here, what are some of your thoughts on the first half here, Eric?
Well, first of all, I'd just like to say that you would be forgiven for thinking we were on a clay court, not a wooden court. Got the feel of a tennis game with the back and forth it's been. But definitely, like you were saying, that 22-10 run probably goes without saying. That has been the biggest difference of the game. I think one of the probably biggest keys for that run, notice whose name we didn't really call during that run. It's Caden Zenzen. If I recall correctly, he was on the bench getting a breather for a lot of that run. And I think that's definitely a big factor so far. I took a look at when Barnesville was leading. A lot of the points are going through Zenzen there. And I also think that transition has just been a big factor. Moorhead really turned it into sort of a track meet of sorts there at the end. Got a lot of points in transition, a lot of points off steals, and it's been working out pretty well for them so far.
And another thing to keep in mind, I don't know if you noticed this, but I did, and I noticed it because of some of the marks I made in my scorebook here, but when Tonsfeld scored that basket to set the school record, it was all Moorhead after that timeout.
Yeah, you could say that that was almost like a timeout in of itself. I think back to the Super Bowl with the blackout, sort of a break in the action, gives Moorhead a chance to sort of catch their breath, maybe go over their game plan in their huddle. I mean, you saw Barnesville was talking in the huddle too, but Moorhead was probably, their coaches were sitting down saying, okay, here's what's working right now, here's what's not. They got about a 2-minute timeout out of that, and I think it's worked wonders for them so far.
Well, maybe the 10-minute halftime will help make wonders for Barnesville, but then again, Moorhead had a 10-minute break as well. Let's go over the numbers here on our Midwest Bank halftime show. We'll start with the visiting Moorhead Spuds. We already went over the scoring, which seemed like took the whole halftime show. 7 for David Lindell, 7 for Belen Alamati, 5 for Blake Walthall, and leading the way is Makai Elmore with 12. Let's see here, Brady Walthall with 2, and Adam Jenkins has 9. So that combo of Elmore and Jenkins, and then the 7 points early from Almaty, and then another 7 from Lindell. I mean, you almost have 1, 2, 3. You almost have 3 players in double digits with Elmore already there at 12. Elmore 1 for 1, Walthall 2 for 2, Jenkins 1 for 1. As a team, they shot 4 of 4 for 100% from the free throw line. For Barnesville, 4 points for Cam Hang. They're led by Adam Tonsfeld with 11, 2 for Noah Kraus, 3 for Tate Iniger, and 9 for Caden Zenzen. And Caden Zenzen got 4 of those 9 right away, kind of had a little bit of break, got 4 more, and then he got fouled and made a free throw to get to his 9. Since that free throw, he hasn't done much, and Zenzen needs to get back into this game, and Tonsfeld needs a couple open looks at the basket, and maybe another key player, Jack Nielsen. He can hit the 3 as well if you give him an open look. So you get it inside there to Zenzen, and then maybe Zenzen can bring some of the defenders down to the paint to get Nielsen and Tonsfeld open around the arc. They can hit a couple 3s. They'll be right back in this. They'll slice the lead in half in 2 shots. So
yeah, he just offers so much spacing. When you have a guy like him working down low, like you're saying, that defense just sort of has to collapse. Someone's bound to get open, and not even that, not even necessarily a three-pointer. We saw 1 in this game and a few earlier on. Some people like to say the mid-range is dead in basketball, but don't tell that to Cam Hang. We've seen him hit a lot of mid-rangers. We saw him hit 1 earlier on in this game as well.
Second half underway, and there's Nielsen Tonsfeld, and there's Cam Hang. Everybody that we've talked about, only one person that we talked about hasn't touched the ball yet here in the second half. As they work the ball around the perimeter, they work it down low. There's Zenzen. He'll try and back up his defenders and block. Maybe a missed foul there. It looked like he got hand to me. And if that was the case, justice has been served as Moorhead turns the ball over. Tonsfeld 2 for 4, Tate Iniger 1 for 1, Caden Zenzen 1 for 1 from the line for a team total of 4 of 6, or about 67% from the free throw line for Barnesville.
Number 0, David Lindell, that's his first personal foul.
Tonsfeld made his first 4, missed his last 2. He's back on the plus side of the free throw column. That one gives him 12 on the evening. Chance to cut it to a 10-point lead, and he does. 42-32. You talked about wanting that single-digit deficit going into halftime, and well, they didn't get it, but they're right on the doorstep of getting it now, and within that first minute of the second half, you can't be displeased about that.
Absolutely not. Just one possession at a time. Score and a stop, score and a stop, score and a stop. That's how you get back in the game.
This is Kraus. Now we'll get it to Tonsfeld. Tonsfeld will get a screen there from Zenzen. Working on the corner. Not much came from that. Nielsen now pushes it quickly. Baseline. That's Kraus, I believe. He got his own rebound. Now I believe a foul's coming. Yes, and Kraus will go to the line to shoot 2.
Fouled on the Spuds, number 10, Makai Elmore.
Kraus might not always grab all the fanfare of the guys you talk about, like Tonsfeld and Zenzen, but I'm a big fan of Kraus's game. He does a lot of the little things. You saw it with that offensive board right there.
And the free throw, just a little bit. I've said this a million times. I know you're probably sick of hearing me say it, but get the arc on. They need arc if they're going to go in.
It's cliche, but it's true.
And there you go. He proved my point. So Noah Kraus hitting 1 of 2. 42-33. It's back to that single-digit lead, and Moorhead getting a second chance there off a wild rebound off a missed 3, and now Elmore has it up top. And how about that matchup between Elmore and Tonsfeld? It almost seems like Elmore's gotten the better half of that matchup.
Yeah, he is a fantastic defensive player. He's been putting in some great work.
And you know, it's not when any team shoots a three-pointer and Zenzen's within 6 inches of that rebound, he usually gets that rebound. Corner 3, Noah Kraus. And then you got a guy like Adam Jenkins who stands 6'7", as David Lindell responds with a 3 of his own. That 3 puts Lindell into the double-digit club, 45-36. We'll keep it here during the timeout on the floor. But to go back to the point that I was trying to make, and hopefully I haven't lost my train of thought here, but Caden Zenzen usually has 9, 10, 12, 14 rebounds a game. I only have him down for 4 rebounds right now, and unless I missed one, and I might have, because I'm usually pretty good at missing rebounds here and there. But, you know, even when I miss one, he still has a large number in the stat book. I don't have him for that many, and that's because of this Adam Jenkins guy who towers over Zenzen by 4 inches. Every other team that comes into this gym, you don't see a lot of guys that can tower over Zenzen like Jenkins does.
Yeah, well, if Moorhead is New York City, then Adam Jenkins is going to be the Empire State Building, because he's just such a presence down low. Not even if he's blocking shots all the time, but his mere presence is sort of intimidating guys, gets them scared to take inside. And like you were saying too, huge for the battle on the offensive board, offensive and defensive boards, I should say.
A second inside, 16 minutes to go. 45-36 is our score. 2 team fouls from Moorhead, none yet for Barnesville here in the second half, as the inbounds pass is triggered to Tonsfeld. Tonsfeld will hand it off for Kraus, who lays it at the top of the key there for Nielsen, and that one is going to be stolen away, and a loose ball, and Moorhead will pick it up, and maybe just a little bit too quick on the, or too much, what's the word I'm looking for here? Too eager to make those plays there around the post. And Elmore gets another basket. Elmore leads the way with 14 here for the Spuds. 47-36 our score. Moorhead took the lead late in the first half at 22-20, and Barnesville's had trouble ever since.
How about that block by Jenkins right there? We were just talking about that. Long arms on him too, not just tall, but you look at his arms going down almost to his knees right there. A lot of times you're looking at wingspan when talking about great basketball players, and he's certainly got it.
Tonsfeld at the baseline, inbounds pass, lobs it in. Zenzen's there for the basket. Nicely done, and we need more like that for Zenzen for the Barnesville fans if they want to see their team get back into it.
Yeah, that was a great design there off that inbound.
I just am astonished by how easy they make those threes look like when they go in. That's Brady Walthall with the triple.
One of the most satisfying sights in all of sports right there, the perfect swish 3.
And what about that little spin move there? And unfortunately it didn't go, but Jenkins is there for the cleanup. Well, I think between Blake and Brady Walthall, And then you throw Elmore into the mix, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those three, Blake Walthall, Brady Walthall, and Makai Elmore account for 10 steals in this game already.
Wow.
According to my numbers, and I may have missed one. That's always unofficial. My stats are always unofficial, but they are pretty close to official. I will say that much. 52-38 in favor of the Moorhead Spuds. 14:29 to go here. We'll take a 15-second timeout. Be back in a moment.
The scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest. The real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, 52-38 is our score, and Eric, you and I were chatting during the commercial break there. Coming into this game and looking at the schedule side by side, and like I guess the best word you could use is quality of opponent or strength of opponent in comparison to Moorhead's strength of schedule is the word I was looking for. You probably thought that Barnesville would keep this game close, and they certainly did in that first half, but Moorhead has done a really good job of making baskets like that one right there from Blake Walthall.
Yeah, well, they say that's why the game's not played on paper. It's played on a hardwood court, you know. Definitely a gutty performance from the Spuds so far. They've just been really impressing me.
Townsville with I think that one may have been, if it would have went in, I think that would have been tipped in by Jenkins and not a Barnesville Trojan. Anyways, it goes out of bounds, and Nielsen will trigger the inbounds pass from the baseline. Fires it in. Townsville catch and shoot three, left it short off the front of the rim. And Moorhead will quickly move it back in transition. A nice job there by Noah Kraus to tap it out of bounds and stop that momentum, at least for now, for Moorhead.
Yeah, if Barnesville does go on a run right here, remember that defensive play right there. That might have just saved them 2 or 3 points right there. Barnesville able to catch their breath now, get back on defense. Looks like they're making a few substitutions as well.
Yeah, coming in is someone I don't have written into my roster. It's Zach Bredman, a 5'5" freshman wearing jersey number 1. So we'll write him in really quick.
And he could be a real spark. I've seen him a lot in the JV games, and man, he is dynamic.
I think he, in that JV game against Dilworth Glendon Felton, didn't he hit like 5 or 6 or 7 3-pointers in that game? And then,
absolutely.
Yeah, he was put in the varsity game and hit a couple threes as well. Zenzen will get the basket there. Once again, Zenzen kind of having the same start to the second half as he did the first half. And that's not good if you're a Barnesville Trojan fan. Zenzen will fight for the rebound. They'll call jump ball, and the possession area will go to the Trojans. Down 15 with 13 minutes to go. What's the best scenario here for Barnesville to get back into it if I'm putting you on the spot?
Well, I think you got to start closing out on those three-point shooters. I think a big reason why Moorhead has been able to go on the run they have is they've still taken the same amount of threes, I'd say, in the first half as the second. Difference is a lot of them are going in now, so
yeah,
got to shut them down on the perimeter because those threes add up quickly.
Nice job there by Tonsfeld, trying to harass Alamati. And who's going to get to that ball? Now, it was a great save, but to the wrong player, and it resulted in 2 points for Moorhead. Trey Feeney, usually he's dropping 20. He only has 2 tonight.
Well, that just speaks to the depth of this team. We were talking with the coaches before this game. They have a very big roster. We were trying to see if we could find a way to shrink it down to 15. It was at about 19 so we can have enough space. But you look at all these guys are guys that play and contribute. And you talk about, Feeney only has 2 points. That just even speaks more volumes to how deep this Spuds team is.
No, I absolutely agree with you there. Like, most times I can walk up to a coach and I'll be like, hey, is anybody not playing tonight? And they'll be like, oh, yeah, let's cross off this person, that person, and this person. But I ask the exact same question I do to every coach, and Matt Ellingson was like, well, they're really all part of the team. So, and he was not mistaken on that. They have that point that that we just made has been on display in full. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm having a tough night of looking for words I'm looking for here. Full effect. There we go.
Yeah, what I think another thing to watch out for now is we're here in the second half is fatigue. You talk about a team that's as deep as Moorhead, you know. Guys are going to start getting tired, and if Moorhead can keep subbing in and out all these guys, keep fresh bodies out there, that could be another big factor for the run that they're on right now.
That was a sweet pass there to Elliott Hoff for the basket, and while you were talking there, Moorhead was proving your point. I don't know if you saw it on camera or not, but Nielsen down to Zenzen, and that'll draw a foul. So 24 will be fouled by 24, and 24 will go to the line.
Little 24-on-24 crime right there.
Brady Walthall just picked up his third. And that is the third team foul of the second half here on the Moorhead Spuds as Caden Zenzen knocks down the free throw. Three fouls to no fouls from Moorhead, and you would think that if Barnesville can somehow get Moorhead to commit a couple more fouls here in the next minute or so, wow. Maybe the fouls won't matter if they keep hitting shots like that. Brady Walthall, you know, they've hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 three-pointers in this game, but it sure feels like they've knocked down 20 three-pointers.
Yeah.
And there's another nice move by Elmore.
Yeah, they say that three-pointer is the ultimate equalizer in basketball.
Nice pass there from Tonsfeld to Bredman, back to Tonsfeld. And he floated that one up in the air. He tried to get it into the hands of Ryan Rustad, the 5'6" junior. And now 24-23. Zenzen was nowhere near the player. Okay, I guess it is going to go on Zenzen. Maybe you saw something I didn't, Eric. I don't know.
Must have been an off-ball foul. That'd be my guess.
Okay. And that would make sense. It wouldn't be the first time that's happened. Ooh, is that going to be a charge? Yes, it will. Nice job there by Rustad to plant his feet.
Well, that's number 2 for those of you keeping track at home. Remember I said the over-under being 3, so any of you at home playing that game to see if they're going to hit 3 or not, they're right on the verge.
So the official, usually they use a towel to clean up, but he decided to use a shoe on that occasion.
Nothing like a little resourcefulness.
Bredman fires it over here. Rustad, long 2, left it short. Elmore will get the rebound for the Spuds. He'll bring it up the court, leading 66-41, 10-17 and counting to go here in the ball game. And it certainly looks like the Spuds have this one in hand. I mean, there's still a lot of basketball to be played, and a lot could happen. As you mentioned late in that first half, you know, this game can change in a heartbeat, but right now, not 100% sure when that heartbeat is going to occur for Barnesville. It's going to be an official's timeout. Looks like head coach Suter for the Barnesville Trojans was talking to one of the officials, and now the official wants to bring down the scores book to double check something here. I have a suspicion it's if I'm overhearing things correctly, I think there's a question on if a recent check-in actually checked in at the scores table or not.
Well, that's another first for me. I don't think in my years of watching or playing basketball that I've ever seen a controversy over whether a player checked in or not, and clearly it matters a lot because they're shooting a technical free throw here.
And Nielsen will leave it short. put the second one in. And now Barnesville will get the ball back at midcourt.
I'm going to be 100% honest. I didn't even know that was a rule, that if you didn't check in, you get technical free throws.
Yeah, well, I did know that was a rule, but as you said, it happens once every 300 games probably.
Learn something new every day.
Exactly. Nielsen to Bredman. Got some new faces in from Moorhead now as well, including number 23, and that is Jamal Dixon, a 6'2 junior. And I'll write him into my scorebook because I didn't have him written in originally. Played quite a few minutes in the JV game, I believe is what I was informed of earlier.
Yeah, had a good game in it too. Good player.
Bredman being guarded by Dixon. Once again, it's the little guy versus the big guy, at least in height anyway.
And funnily enough, just watching the way Moorhead's defending right now, it almost seems like that's kind of lit a fire under them. You talk about, I could overhear through my headphones too when the first free throw missed. I could hear players saying ball don't lie. They might have taken exception to that, which is interesting. They're playing with a little bit extra mustard right now on defense, it looks like.
9:13 to go as Bredman receives the inbounds pass. Rusted now to Nielsen. Nielsen cuts into the paint, dishes a pass across the paint. Zenzen couldn't get it to go, tips it back out to Nielsen. Iniger for a three, in and out. And Dixon will grab the rebound, maybe got away with the travel there. Up court now here to Jenkins. Jenkins with a little hook shot off the glass, got it up and in. 68-42, 8:45 and counting.
Timeout, Barnesville.
That's such tight man-to-man defense by Barnesville, it almost looks like a zone.
Yeah, it really does.
We'll take a timeout on the floor, or timeout with them, and be back in 30 seconds. Dean's Bulk Service is your convenient stop on the way to the lake. Whether you're looking for snacks, drinks, fresh rolls, bait, ice, or a clean restroom, you are able to find it all inside our friendly facilities. The Barnesville and Save & Sea stores are proud to fly the Arco gasoline brand. Dean's Bulk Service also celebrates 50 years of great service of propane, fuel, oil, and lubricants. We are always ready to deliver. Dean's Bulk Service is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics and wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season. All right. Mike Mason alongside Eric Tiansen, tag teaming, and no pun intended there. Did you expect me to say that? Or?
No, but I love it.
Well, we were talking about NBA Jam earlier, and now they're playing the song that sings Shakalaka Shakalaka. So.
And of course.
And now the CD's on skip, just like it did in the 90s.
Of course, most kids these days probably know that song from the Geico commercial. I don't know if you've seen that
one.
Oh, yeah,
the one with the ice cream.
Is.
Yeah, the ice cream one, yeah.
My dad is a big fan of that one. Shout out my dad. I know he's watching back at home today.
Well, I know it was probably about, I don't know, like I want to say 6-7 years ago. There was a controversy on whether President Barack Obama was in the music video for that song. So Caden Zenzen scores a basket. Maybe we should say Barack Obama more often. That seems to be the magic word for Caden Zenzen to score. So we'll try it when he gets down to the other end. And I promise that if it works for the Spuds fans that I won't do it all game. I'm not here to try and make one team win over the other or anything, but 8:18 to go. 68-44 is our score in favor of the Moorhead Spuds. Go ahead, Eric.
Maybe the Barnesville student section should just chant his name every time Zenzen gets the ball.
Maybe we should go back to just say whoop, there it is.
Foul on the Trojans, number 2, Jack Nielsen, and That's his fourth personal foul, team's third.
So Jack Nielsen now has picked up his fourth. Hasn't been too much of a factor, only has 1 point so far. That came on a free throw. He's 1 of 2 from the line, but usually he has more points than that. And is that a charge? And I think we just hit the number you were talking about, Eric.
There you go, number 3 right there. Still 8:04 left too.
First personal foul, team's fifth.
So that one's gonna go on Julio Angotti, a 5'9" junior, his first, team's fifth. Tate Indiger in the paint. And a little strong, rebound comes out to the near corner. Dixon chases down, and now that he'll get it to Jenkins, who will get it to Walthall. And a steal, or another steal, and I think he had the steal, and then on that second effort is when he got whistled for the reach-in.
Yeah, that's right on right there.
But unless Barnesville can hit some shots, this defensive effort is going to be a little too late here for Barnesville. Corner 3 on the way. Boom!
Three-pointer by the Spuds, number 4, Blake Walthall.
It's just been night and day, the efficiency from the three-point line here from the first half to the second for the Spuds.
And there's just some mental mistake there, and it's mistakes like that that has cost the Barnesville Trojans in this game, and will more than likely cost them an L in this game as well.
Yeah, definitely hard to stay in the game when you're shooting yourself in the foot like that.
71-44, and what a nice move there by Angotti. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 lead changes and 2 ties in the first half. And we thought that was going to be a prelude to a really awesome game. And not that it isn't per se awesome, but it's definitely one-sided now in favor of Moorhead.
Yeah, it's definitely been the tale of two halves here in this game.
Tate Iniger goes to the line, as picking up his second is Julio Angotti, team 6. (73-47) is our score. Another 3 on the way, and that one's off the mark there, out of the hands of Riley Swenson, a 6'4" senior. Iniger hands it off for Bredman into the corner, 3 on the way. No, a little strong. That was out of the hands of Logan Ernst. Barnesville will get the rebound. Bredman will try and reset the offense from up top. Zenzen, Bredman for 3. No, off the mark. And a rebound, he stepped out of bounds. Ryan Rustad got the rebound. Oh, wait. Check that. Maybe he didn't step out of bounds. There might have been a foul. Carson Stumo, a 6'1" junior, just picked up his first foul, team 7, and that sends Ryan Rustad, the 5'6" junior, to the line for free throws. 73-47. You're down 26, and you have 6:18 to go. Not an impossible lead to come back from, but certainly a huge hill to climb.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more grim by the minute. Time definitely not on their side, and really just Moorhead keeping on scoring not on their side either. Moorhead making sure to slam that door shut.
Well, they have 19 players on their roster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of them have scored. And I would have to say that not all 19 have had a chance to play yet either.
It's just beautiful team basketball from the Spuds.
Jake Tilkey picks up his first, team's 8th, and now brings in Caden Zenzen to the free throw line. Zenzen has not missed tonight from the free throw line, and he doesn't miss that time. 75-50.
I mean, you say 50. When you look at where we are in the game, 50 points isn't really a bad spot to be sitting at. It's just been an offensive blitz from Moorhead.
Yeah, definitely. Tate Iniger with the steal in the basket. get a few more of those, maybe get themselves a shot in the arm here and maybe a chance at a rally. But like I said, it's not looking too good right now. That one in and out. Rusted will get the rebound. Rusted will hand it off to Bredman behind the timeline, and now he'll bring it over the timeline. 5:10 and counting. Bredman, Rusted, now into the corner. I believe that's Ernst, right? Yeah, Logan Ernst. Now Bredman. Zenzen. Rusted, baseline jumper. Won't go. Nigger tips it into the hands of Jack Nielsen on the bench, and I'll stop the clock and give the ball back to Moorhead.
Looks like we have another. Can't quite tell what's going on here, but.
Yeah, I was looking down at my scorebook, so you had a better view at it than I did.
I just heard a bunch of, didn't hear who was saying, it sounded like a referee or coach, but someone was saying 100%, which don't know what that means, but whatever it was 100% happening.
Caden Zenzen's 100% from the free throw line. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. 75-52 is our score. Iniger. And he'll draw the foul. The long arms of Jamal Dixon, and he will pick up, I believe it's his first.
Fouls on the Spuds, number 23, Jamal Dixon. That's his first personal foul, team tonight. And the line for the second two shots for the Trojans, number 15, Tate Iniger.
Tate Iniger.
Second for the Trojans, number 14, Peyton Bonnie.
Tate Iniger, a perfect 4-4 from the line tonight. He had 3 points in the first half, 5 here in the second half, for a total of 8. 4:19 and counting.
Well, we talked earlier, it certainly doesn't seem like free throws have been the difference in this game. I know we mentioned that as being a potential difference maker, but Barnesville doing a good job from the charity stripe in this one.
Definitely. Here's another, and another three-point attempt on the way there from Elliot Hoff. And what I was attempting to say there was Barnesville's been, or Moorhead, excuse me, has been doing just as good of a job as Barnesville has from the free throw line from behind the three-point arc, and that certainly has been a difference.
Yeah, I mean, that's an easy way to win games right there when you're shooting at just such great efficiency from beyond the arc, especially you look at like today's game. So many kids are shooters. You see even big men, like we've seen over the course of the season at Barnesville, we've seen guys like Tate Iniger pull up and hit threes. Definitely a big part of today's basketball game.
Even on the North Dakota side, you see 6'4", 6'7" guys dunking the ball, and 2 possessions later they knock down a 20-foot three-pointer, you know? So.
Man, yeah, how about guys like Leak at Cheyenne? Just,
oh, yeah.
You got guys like that just do it all. They're 6'9", but they play like guards. It's fascinating to watch.
Very, very much so. Another guy you could put into that category would be Owen Heckner of the Fargo Davies Eagles.
Absolutely.
Here's, I couldn't quite see who that was. I believe it was Peyton Panya, and it was, yeah. He snuck into the game for the first time today. So I think all but one player has played in the game here for Barnesville. And that is, yeah, looking at the roster, that is correct. The only one to not play is Ashton Hoff, a junior. I don't think I've seen him step onto the court yet.
Well, if you're the Trojans, I mean, you look at the score and the time right now, it's just a good time to get those guys minutes, get them experience in a game, almost sort of treat it like a scrimmage.
I look at my roster, I look up, and I see Ashton Hoff on the floor.
Right on cue.
So everybody on the Barnesville roster has gotten some minutes in this game now. So that'll do it for the starters, with the exception of possibly Zenzen. I know he was out there for a while. No, he's out now, so. Inniger will have it. Puts it to Panya. Pull up for a 3. That's off the front of the rim. Nice job there by Hoff to get the rebound. And it looks like Hoff will earn himself a trip to the free throw line. Number 50 is Michael Hoggle. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he's the son of the athletic director at Moorhead High School. And if I'm wrong, I apologize to Dean. 75-56 says Hoff gets the first free throw.
Well, if you're Ashton Hoff, that's a great way to get you minutes down the road. Talk about the fight and determination. He doesn't care what the score is. Fighting for that offensive board, and coaches remember that. I can promise you that. They'll look and see the hustle and effort like that, and he managed to get a point for himself from that too.
We'll take a timeout with the timeout on the floor. 75-56, back in 30.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right, welcome back. 75-56 in favor of the Moorhead Spuds. It was a great game in the first half, and it's been all Spuds here in the second half. And that's not saying anything negative about the Barnesville Trojans. It's just really great basketball here from the Moorhead Spuds.
Yeah, I know they have potato days here at Barnesville. Well, it's been a great day to be a potato, a Spud here for Moorhead, especially in the second half.
I know a couple of guys from Spuds TV that are just smiling and laughing at that comment right now. 75-56. And let's see here. That's Logan Ernst with the 3. It's good to see those varsity starters cheer on those bench players when they hit those big shots.
Yeah, definitely a sign of just great team chemistry right there. Guys cheering each other on. Even in an effort like this, you know, love to see the positivity.
That was Hunter Wackenheim, a 6'6" junior. He looks like he's 7'8" almost. Down at the other end, and now you'll see him on this end here wearing number 52.
I always wonder what they have in the water there at Moorhead. I mean, not even at basketball. Like, you look at their football program, just massive dudes. I mean, I remember playing against Moorhead back in my middle school days, and it's just shocking how big some of these guys are, and it certainly carries over to the high school level, too.
Falls on the Trojans, number 1, Zach Bredman. That's his first personal foul.
Zach Bredman picks up his first. That's the team's 5th. Barnesville is in the double bonus, so every time the Spuds foul will be 2 shots for the Trojans. And a nice move to the basket there for, I believe that's Ray Alterbrand. And so Alterbrand gets 2, and somebody I don't have in my roster gets 2. Number 52 gets 2. That is Hunter Wackenheim. Was that Inniger?
I believe so.
Okay, I think that's what I heard the official say. Or the PA announcer is what I meant to say. Nice pass inside there for Wackenheim. There we go. And if I got that wrong, please talk to the Barnesville PA announcer. 81-61. You know, it seems like the Moorhead lead should be a little bit more than that with the way that they've been playing, but credit Barnesville for just playing this game to the end. There's another three from Anya. So now only one player has not scored for Barnesville, and that's why it's Suter. Everybody else has one or more points. Oh, I take that back. Zach Bredman, written in at the bottom here, hasn't scored either. So that'll be your final score, 81-64 in favor of the Moorhead Spuds. Moorhead Spuds improved to 6-8 on the season, while the Barnesville Trojans will slip to 8-5 on the season overall. We'll add up some numbers, come back with the post-game show, and select your Midwest Bank player of the game. And we'll do that here after this 3-minute timeout on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dean's Bulk Service is your convenient stop on the way to the lake. Whether you're looking for snacks, drinks, fresh rolls, bait, ice, or a clean restroom, you are able to find it all inside our friendly facilities. The Barnesville and Save & See stores are proud to fly the Arco gasoline brand. Dean's Bulk Service also celebrates 50 years of great service of propane, fuel, oil, and lubricants. We are always ready to deliver. Dean's Bulk Service is a proud supporter of Trojan athletics and wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season.
Davies working left to right. They set up Van Dam with the two-hand slam off the alley-oop. Give the assist to Cole Hayes.
Did you miss any part of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Magnitude's DVR feature puts instant replay instantly into your hands. Revisit a big player score, watch a delayed version of this game, and then click live at any time to return to the live broadcast. Now you don't have to miss the game-winning buzzer beater, your son's 79-yard touchdown run, or your daughter's set-sealing ace serve. Thanks for watching Magnitude Sports.
Outside Satter. Step back three, number 12. He got it! 7 in the first half and 5 so far here in the second half.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level of my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
All right, welcome back here to the post-game show here as the Moorhead Spuds come into Barnesville, and pick up an 81-64 win over the Barnesville Trojans, improving to 6-8 on the year, while Barnesville falls to 8-5. The good news for Barnesville is this doesn't hurt them in their conference, and it doesn't help Moorhead in their conference either, but it certainly helps Moorhead as far as a confidence booster, especially starting the year 0-4. I think it was 0-4 or 0-5 before they started to rack in some wins, and now they are a couple games shy of 500, which is, when you start out 0-4, you're not going to complain about being 6-8. At least I wouldn't. I don't know if you have a different perspective on that, but I wouldn't complain about that. So.
No, they've been playing some great basketball as of late, and I think it was on full display here tonight. Just a dominant win. Doing some quick math in my head. I'm trying to, the margin of victory, 17 points. There we go.
Well, let's just double check that to be sure.
No, not 17.
Oh no, you're right. It
is 17.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, you got it. You got it by guessing. I got it with the calculator. So I don't know if that's good for you or good for me. But it was 42-30 in favor of Barnesville at the end of the first half. Moorhead struck first. And then Barnesville would take the lead at 4-3. Moorhead the lead at 5-4. Barnesville the lead at 6-5. Then we were tied at 6. Barnesville takes the lead at 8-6. Moorhead the lead at 9-8. Barnesville the lead at 10-9. Moorhead the lead at 11-10. Barnesville the lead at 12-11. Moorhead the lead at 13-12. Barnesville the lead at 14-13. We were tied at 20. Moorhead took the lead at 22-20. And if I were to stop right there and you look at the final score, it's like, did you just make that up?
Yeah. If you missed the first half, you would be really in for a shock.
Yeah, no kidding on that one. So that 22-20 lead was late in the first half for Moorhead, and they would never give it up. They would cruise on to a 42-30 lead at halftime. And if you take the first half out of it, Moorhead wins by 5 points. They outscored Barnesville 39-34 in that second half, and when you look at the 81-64 final score, it certainly seems like they outscored them by more than just 5 in that second half. But
yeah, I was shocked to hear that it was only a 5-point gap here in the second half.
Yeah, that's certainly it's certainly intriguing to look at those numbers and you're in high school, your math teacher always says, show your work. Well, now you want to look at the work and see where did the change happen, where did things go wrong, what could they've done better, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I think the only thing Barnesville could have done better was just maybe slow the pace a little bit, play a little bit more patient basketball, not commit so many turnovers, and maybe it would have been a different story towards the end. Would you agree? Or?
Yeah, no, Moorhead definitely got to play their game. It seems like, granted, I haven't watched too much of Moorhead this year, but they seemed really comfortable just going out there and hammering you in transition. Mm-hmm. I think Barnesville at times, they tried to sort of match them, whereas if they slowed it down, give less of the ball to the Spuds, and then I don't think they would have scored nearly as many as 81 points, because especially they were shooting well in the second half. But I think that changes the complexion of the game a lot, and I think Moorhead would have been forced to adapt a little bit had Barnesville tried to slow it down.
Unofficial numbers, we'll start with the visitors as we always do. The Moorhead Spuds, they had a total of 4 in double figures, and 2 other players a basket shy of double figures. So they almost had 6 players in double figures, which is pretty amazing, considering that 6 of your players accounted for 60 of your 81 points, But 10 for David Lindell, 7 of those 10 in the first half. All 7 for, I can't read my own writing, so let me grab the actual program roster here. Belinda Alamati had 7 in the first half, came out with that quick 3 to give Moorhead the 3-0 lead, and then he would get a couple more baskets, and then we wouldn't hear from him the rest of the night. He'd have 7 at the end of the first half. Trey Feeney, if Eric, you always do a player to watch. I probably would have put him in that category, but he didn't do much tonight. he didn't need to do much tonight. He ended the night with just 2 points. And as I look back on some of the other games, I don't know if it's in this scorebook or not. No, it's not. It's in my other scorebook. But we covered the Moorhead's game against West Fargo. And I'm pretty sure he scored in the upper 20s in that game. And I expected more from him. But like I said, that's not saying anything negative. Just a little shocked to see the number 2 in his total score column. Blake Walthall with 10 points, 5 in each half. And Mackay Elmore led the way, actually, with 16 points. Perfect from the free throw line, though when you only get one attempt, it's pretty easy to be perfect from the free throw line. 12 in the first half, added 2 more buckets in the second half. And let's see here. Elliot Hoff came in off the bench in the second half, scored a basket with 2 points on the night. Brady Walthall with 8 points, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Julio Angotti with 2 points off the bench in the second half. Ray Altabren with 2 points off the bench in the second half. Adam Jenkins, 9 of his 13 in the first half. And he only scored 4 in the second half, but all through the first half and for the amount of the second half that he played, he was a big factor. He grabbed so many rebounds on both the offensive and defensive glass. And Adam Jenkins, certainly a player you can look at when we move forward in our post-game show later and select our player of the game, our Midwest Bank player of the game, but that not official yet. Jake Tilkey had 2, and number 52, that is Hunter Wackenheim, had 2 points as well. And that wraps up your scoring for the Moorhead Spuds. Barnesville, Jack Nielsen with 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Speaking of free throws, back over to Moorhead. They ended the game 100% from the free throw line. They were 4 for 4 in the first half, and they didn't even make a trip to the free throw line in the second half. So as a result, they're 4 for 4 for the game and 100% in the game from the free throw line. Back over to Barnesville, Jack Nielsen 1 for 1, I should say. 1 for 2, excuse me. There we go. 1 for 2, so that will make it 14 for 19 as a team. I'll have to redo the math on that one. 1 of 2 from the free throw line for 1 point. Cam Hang with 4 points, all early in the first half. Adam Tonsfeld with 13 points, scored 11 of those 13 in the first half. And he also went 6 from the free throw line. Noah Kraus was 6, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Logan Ernst with 3, Peyton Panya with 3. Both of those players scoring triples from the top of the key late in the second half, coming in off the bench. Tate Iniger with 11 points. He scored 8 of those 11 in the second half. Ryan Rusted played, did not score any points. Caden Zenzen with 17. He had a quality game. He scored 9 in the first half and 8 in the second half. 1 of 1 in the first, 2 of 2 in the second for 3 of 3 in the game from the free throw line. Tate Iniger was 5 of 5. I think I missed that. If I didn't, then you heard it again. And Ashton Hoff, 1 for 2 from the free throw line for 1 point. So that makes it 15 of 20. I apparently did not add these up correctly the first time around. Caden Zenzen, 17 points. I already went over him. Ashton Hoff, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Wyatt Suter played but did not score. Zach Bredman played but did not score. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and select our Midwest Bank player of the game right after this.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right, welcome back to the post-game show. Time now to select a Midwest Bank player of the game. And, I think we're going to have to go to the Moorhead side on this one, Eric. There's a few players that we could look at. Blake and Brady Walthall played played great basketball as a duo, not necessarily as individuals. The two of them combined came up with 6 steals in this game, and the two of them combined had 18 points in this game. So that's one person you could look at. You could also look at Adam Jenkins. He had 13 points. And I unofficially had him down for 13 rebounds. Now, I may have missed a couple. I'm not 100% sure. He also had a couple of blocked shots in the game. So he's certainly a nominee for our Midwest Bank Player of the Game. But I think where the focus goes is we didn't see him much in the second half, but in the first half, Melky Elmore played phenomenal basketball. He came out, hit that 3 early, and he had just basket after basket after basket, driving into the paint, laying it in off the glass. He was perfect from the free throw line tonight. And where the game turned for Barnesville was right at the center court stripe, because I had him down for, let's count it up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had him down for 7 steals. I think he got 3 of them on 4 possessions, if I remember correctly. And so that accounts for 3 of his 7. And I think he had like 2 more within 5 feet of the midcourt stripe. And when you get those steals at the midcourt stripe, everybody's down here already set up on offense and defense. You got a 1-on-1 or a 1-on-0 back the other way, and that's easy points. And that's really where the game separated. Would you agree, or do you have what thoughts do you have?
I wholeheartedly agree with that. I think one of my favorite cliches is sometimes the best offense is defense. We saw that a lot with Elmore. Like you said, not too much in the second half, but when you look at that run there at the end for the first half for Moorhead, which really is probably the difference in this game, it was all Elmore. You talk about all the steals that he had, a lot of buckets off those steals. He was just a difference maker, and it was really fun to watch him play. He certainly takes pride in his defense, and it showed on the court tonight.
So that's who we're going to go with. The 5'10 junior guard, Makai Elmore. I had him down for 16 points, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He had a total of 7 steals. Credit him with 4 defensive rebounds and 3 offensive rebounds. May have missed a couple, but just an overall great game in the first half. Scored a couple buckets in the second half. And really the only reason why those buckets were in the second half was because halftime came up, and he was forced to have those buckets in the second half. But the 12 he got in the first half and the 4 he got in the second half are pretty much just a Makai Elmore show for the course of 4 to 5 minutes of basketball time. And Makai Elmore will be our Midwest Bank Player of the Game for the Moorhead Spuds. Once again, 16 points, 1 of 1, 7 rebounds, 7 rebounds and 7 steals, only 2 personal fouls for the 5'10 junior guard. Final thoughts on this one before we wrap this one up, Eric?
Just a great all-around win for Moorhead. A lot of times when I'm doing games, I like to preach looking at these stats to try and predict who's going to win a game. You look at turnovers, you look at rebounds, you look at three-pointers, and Moorhead dominated in all 3 today. I think that's a big reason why they're able to run away and put up 81 points, which pretty impressive effort.
Yeah, definitely, especially against a Barnesville team. You don't see a lot of teams put up 80 plus on Barnesville, and so for Moorhead to come in here and do that tonight, certainly a job well done, and kudos to the Moorhead Spuds as they'll go home with smiles on their faces this evening for sure.
Gonna be a fun ride home.
Well, our next basketball broadcast, our next broadcast in general is tomorrow, I believe. Let's go ahead and pull that up here if we can. And let's see here. March 5th is tomorrow. Barnesville and Breckenridge. We're right back here in Barnesville tomorrow. Boys basketball, CJV and varsity. That should be a fun matchup. It's always fun when the Trojans and the Cowboys get together. And then March 6th will be a big day. I know, Eric, you'll be helping us out on March 6th. We have the EDC basketball tournament. We'll have 4 state qualifiers, 2 for the girls, 2 for the boys, and we'll have the girls EDC championship game and the boys EDC championship game. Those matchups, if they're not official yet, they will be within a half an hour or so. And we will update our website once we know those matchups. But we'll have all 6 games for you starting bright and early at 10 o'clock in the morning. and at the shack up in North Fargo on the campus of NDSU, and let's see here. Well, I had this problem in the first half where I lose my train of thought, but with the first game starting at 10 and the final game starting at 8 o'clock, all back to back. It's going to be a long day. Everybody that you've heard on Magnitude Sports this year, whether it's myself, whether it's Eric, whether it's Kenley or Cody, all 4 of us are going to be there that day, and we're gonna tackle all 6 of those games between the 4 of us. So we're looking forward to a fun Saturday. Should be a great one, and even if you're just looking for some great basketball, well, that should be a day to watch some basketball here on Magnitude Sports. Well, for Eric Tiongson, my name is Mike Mason. We hope you have a great night. We'll talk to you again tomorrow for the Barnesville fans right here as the boys team will take on the Breckenridge Cowboys. C&JV starting at 6 with the varsity at about 7:30. For Eric, my name is Mike Mason. Your final score one more time. In the C team game, or in the freshman game, the Moorhead Spuds take it 50-36. In the junior varsity game, the Moorhead Spuds take it 56-33. And in the varsity game, 81-64 in favor of the Moorhead Spuds. That wraps it up. Have a great night.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.